Hi VC, it's Rob here. This is a haul video, stuff I've picked up over the last week. We've had some sad news here in the UK, the last 24 hours. We've lost the lead singer of this band, Talk, Mark Hollis. Now, in the 80s, Talk were a band that, you know, I was quite a fan of. I wouldn't say I was a big fan of them. I can remember when they burst on the scene in about 82. They did a song called Talk. I remember buying it, 7-inch single. I did a song called Today that I really liked. Really original vocal style. But this is the album I fell in love with. You talk about bonding with albums. I mean, if you've not heard this album, check it out. You know, I mean, I did a thread the other week about albums that you're going to grab if there was a fire, you know, and I was pretty close to choosing this album because in 1986 this is probably my favourite album from that year. I can remember playing it to death. It's got the song Life's What You Make It on it, which the first VC I did on here, I gave it a mention because it's always been one of my favourite singles. But this has got more than just that on it. It's got a track called Give It Up, I Don't Believe in You, Living in Another World, Happiness is Easy. It's a great album, you know. And when I heard about Mark's death yesterday, 64 years of age, I mean, I didn't realise he was that old. They weren't the kind of band that courted publicity. They just got on with the music, you know, and it's really sad. So I just thought I'd pay a bit of a tribute to Mark. And yeah, if you've not listened to particularly this album, Colours of Spring, you know, check it out. Now, playing in the background, Puma Rosa. Yeah, this album came out in 2017. Yeah, it's called The Witch, and I love Puma Rosa. Bit of a story with Puma Rosa. I've told you about my son before. He went to university in Sheffield. Ended up having a radio show on the student radio station, and a year after doing it, he was head of music, and that meant that he interviewed bands. And if you go on YouTube and put Puma Rosa interview Sheffield, you'll see my son interviewing them. It's a good interview. They've not done many interviews. That's one with the most hits, I think. They're from London. Isabel Newsom's the singer. She's pretty gorgeous. I've seen them live. I've met them. Really nice people. She's got a dance background, so when you see her performing, you know, she doesn't think nothing of lying on the floor. Very theatrical, great vocal, very tight band. If you're not aware of Puma Rosa, check them out. You know, they're going to be playing here. This is like a double, plays on 45, so if this finishes I might have to turn it over, but this track that's on now is called Priestess. It's a great track, so yeah, check them out. Puma Rosa. Now, I've told you that I'm not playing CDs in the house anymore, so certain albums I want to get them on vinyl. Here's one. Contra by Vampire Weekend. Like I say, there's been a thread going around the vinyl community for probably a year now. I've seen different people, Jeff Party, I think James Griffiths, Hannah, Jeff Kempin, talking about bonding with music. And you know, I did a thread the other day about my first 10 albums, and your first 10 albums, you bond with them because you don't have much choice. You know, you've only got 10 albums to play, and you get a new album, you play it to death, you go back to another album, you play it to death. And I think when you've got a large record collection, that becomes more and more difficult to do. But I'm making a concerted effort now when I buy an album to really bond with it, because otherwise what's the point? You know, might as well just be collecting stamps. You know, we collect vinyl to listen to the vinyl. I do anyway. So this is an album that the CD version, over the last 10 years, it's one of my favourite albums. I really like Vampire Weekend, and when I saw it on Amazon, reasonable price, I picked it up. They've got a new album coming out in April, and I would imagine they'll be touring, maybe playing Glastonbury. So I've not seen them live, so I want to check them out. So yeah, most people are aware of Vampire Weekend, great band, and that album's called Contra. Now here's a band, a new band, a bit of a buzz about them, called the Orioles. This album's called Silver Dollar Moment. Now, I was listening to this last week, and I looked it up on Amazon, and it was £40. So I thought, there's no way I'm paying 40 quid for it. So I thought I'd go down into Manchester and see if I could pick it up any cheaper. Now, these guys are from Halifax. It's only about a 20-minute drive from here. Only young kids, really. A bit shoegazy. So if you can see shoegazy stuff, indie, arty, female vocal, just kids really, early 20s. Like I say, a bit of a buzz in the UK about them. I don't think they've made it over to the States yet, but you can hear about them first from me. So yeah, that's the Orioles. Now, I bought the Orioles in this place, in Manchester. Thought I'd give it a little plug. Piccadilly Records. Now, when I was 16, 17, Piccadilly Records was a place to go. But, you know, 10 years ago you go on Piccadilly Records and it was probably about 80% CDs. But that's switched over now. It's a real vinyl hub now, probably 90% vinyl. It's great to see. They support Record Store Day, so you know, the queue around the block, you know, 24 hours before Record Store Day. So it's my favourite record shop in Manchester, so I just thought I'd give it a little plug. There's my cat, just wanting a bit of nursing, Holly. Right, I went to Halifax on Sunday, usual jaunt over there. It's like a car boot sale, so go around the car boot sale like a flea market, and there was nothing, but my friend was on there, so I went over there and had a look at his stuff. He's always got good stuff, really reasonably priced, and everything he has seems to be in really good condition. So I picked up these two albums, Mama Cass, yeah, a couple of quid. I really like the Mamas and the Papas, but I've got no stuff by them. It's a bit of a hole in my collection, 60s. You know, I mean, I was born in 64. I've said before, 16 in 1980. You know, why do I want to buy albums from the 60s when so much great music coming out in 1980? So I've kind of neglected my 60s. But watching the vinyl community, you see a lot of 60s stuff, you know, and it's got me thinking I need to get my 60s collection back on track a bit. I mean, Mamas and the Papas and Mama Cass, it's getting better. I mean, that's what angels sound like. I mean, tragic life, you know, cut short, drugs, you know, all sorts of problems. But, yeah, just a great sounding group. I know I'm stating the obvious there, but yeah, I love the Mamas and the Papas, and I'm so pleased to pick these two albums up. Only £4 for two, so really pleased with that. Now, people talk about grails, you know, how do you define a grail? I suppose it's an album that you've been looking for, you've not been able to find for a number of years, And this band come into that category, the Tom Tom Club. Now, I was flicking through the vinyl, and he had these two together for £7. Boom Boom Chi Boom Boom. Played this. It's, you know, I mean, in 1981 when Wordy Rapping Hood came out, I fell in love with that. It was really quirky. I don't know why I loved it, but I just did. And at the time, I wasn't aware really that it was anything to do with Talking Heads. Subsequently, I discovered that maybe a year later. Never got any of their albums, and this one's called Close to the Bone. I love this artwork. I really like it. And yeah, it's kind of like a reggae pop, quirky, danceable. It's really good stuff. But £7 for two, I mean, I'd quite happily give them a tenner for each one. This one's on the Sire label. And I mean, I've been looking for vinyl for years. Even when vinyl was unfashionable, I was looking for vinyl, picked up some great deals. I don't think I've ever seen these two albums, so delighted to pick these two up. Yeah, Tom Tom Club. Now, favourites of mine during the punk days, yeah, The Damned. Now, in 1980, I went to see The Damned in the Osborne Club in Manchester. Me and my mate were both into punk music, and we had tickets to go and see The Damned with the UK subs. I think we were a bit young to get in, but we got in, and about 400 or 500 punks going crazy. We actually went to see the UK subs, who were great, but The Damned stole the show. I mean, this is on the Chittick label, and the thing about these kind of albums, you don't find them in good condition, and this is in really good condition, so I had to pick this up. It's got Love Song on it. I just can't be happy today. I used to love that song. I remember buying the single, Smash It Up, of course. So yeah, I mean, classic album, classic punk album from I think it came out in about '79. But yeah, great sleeve as well. Really pleased to pick that up, The Damned. Now, only 3 more to go. Try and get it under 15 minutes. Everything But the Girl for £2. Really pleased with this. This album came out in '91. Now, Everything But the Girl, about 12 albums they've done, and I'm slowly but surely working my way through the collection. And yeah, this one's before they kind of changed. I know they had a big hit in America, a massive hit here with Missing. This has got like a track called Old Friends. It's kind of folky style. Tracy Thorn, big favourite of mine. Something about the look of her as well. I find, you know, something about her I really like. But yeah, she had a solo release last year, critically acclaimed. I just don't think you can go wrong with Everything But the Girl. Fun favourites of mine. I mean, this album, the sleeve's got a little bit of sticker damage, but for £2, no way I was turning that down. So yeah, Worldwide by Everything But the Girl. Now, we all know about this last band. Yeah, my favourites, The Jam. So you're probably thinking, you know, your favourite band, haven't you got albums by them? They've only released 6 studio albums and then a live album called Dig the New Breed. And he had these at £15 and £10, which I thought was pretty good. Well, I managed to whittle him down to £15 for both. So yeah, me and the guy from Halifax are getting on really well. He was chatting to people all the time, and he was introducing me to his friends, and a guy came who was a rugby player. You know, he was a massive guy and played for England, and yeah, I met him, had a chat with him. He'd been watching Madness, so yeah, a few tales, good stuff. So a bit of a tale with The Jam for me. about 20 years ago. Played football to a decent level, and someone who played in the team with me told me he was a big Jam fan. So I took my Jam records in, a few other records I think as well, and kind of lost touch with him. So I lost all my Jam records. So slowly but surely, if I see him out in the wild, I'm more than happy to pick them up. I mean, if you're not aware of The Gift, this is a great album. Town Called Malice, Precious, Carnation, Ghosts, Running on the Spot, Happy Together. There's not a bad track on that album. Well, maybe one, Planner's Dream, Gone Wrong. Isn't it a great song? But I mean, there's 11 tracks on it, and 10 of them are amazing. So yeah, that's for me. That's it for me. Couple of weeks picking up some good stuff. Like I say, I'm really trying to bond with my music now. Been watching people's threads, going through people's old videos, and especially the Jeff Party one, when he talks about trying to bond with music like he used to do, and that's certainly something I'm trying to do. It gets difficult because you know, us people in the VC were vinyl daft, and when you don't go out looking for music, you're thinking, what am I missing? So it's pretty difficult, but yeah, I'm doing my best to bond with my music. Sure most of you saw the great gift I got from VCRT from Matt Hayes, and I'm going to do a review on the White Album. Should be pretty amusing really, seeing as it took me 54 years to actually hear it. So I've been bonding with that over the last 3 or 4 days, so yeah, I'm looking forward to doing a review of that album. So yeah, that's it for me. Thanks for subscribing, thanks for watching my videos. If you're not a subscriber, why not subscribe? And my name's Rob, let the music play. Bye for now, have a great week, bye.